Most RC car LiPo fires do not start with a crash or a bad cell. They start on a workbench with a pack that charged fine 100 times because somebody typed in one wrong number and walked away. So here are the 5 LiPo mistakes that quietly wreck your packs, and the handful that actually start fires, each with the real reason it happens and the exact fix. Whether you are running a Traxa Slash, an Arma Creighton, or any other RC truck or buggy, get these right and your packs last for years and never make the news. One idea makes all of this simple. A LiPo only fails 4 ways: too much voltage, too much heat, charging it too cold, or physical damage. That is the whole list. Every mistake here is one of those 4, and every one of them is in your hands, not the pack's. This is not luck, it is settings and habits, so let us fix them. Mistake 1 is the one that actually starts fires, the wrong setting on the charger. Your charger settings and your ESC cutoff are the 2 things that keep your RC car from becoming a fire story, and this is the one that bites hardest. Here is the chain. A standard LiPo cell is full at 4.2 volts. A high voltage cell, a LIHV pack, goes to 4.35. Pick the wrong chemistry on the charger or tell it 3S when the pack is really 4S, and you drive those cells straight past their ceiling. Above 4.2 volts, the electrolyte starts to oxidize hard. It gives off gas, the pack heats, and now you are climbing a ladder you cannot get off. Around 80 to 120 degrees Celsius, the cell's internal protective layer breaks down. Around 130 to 170, the separator between the plates melts and shrinks. Past about 190, it ruptures, the plates touch, and the cell shorts itself from the inside. From there, it can hit hundreds of degrees in seconds and vent hydrofluoric acid. That is the fire, and it feeds itself. The fix costs nothing. Before every single charge, read the screen twice. Confirm the cell count, confirm it says LiPo and not LIHV, and set the rate. 2 seconds. That habit is the whole difference between a charge and a call to the fire department. One more setting on that same screen, always pick balance charge, not the fast or the normal mode, for any pack with more than 1 cell. Cells drift apart as they age, and a balance charger reads every cell and tops them up evenly. Skip it and the pack average can read 4.2 volts while one tired cell quietly climbs past it. Balance charging is how you catch that before it bites. The next one does not burn anything today. It just quietly kills the pack you paid good money for. Mistake 2, charging too fast or charging it hot. The hop-up instinct says crank the amps and get back out there. Heat says no. The safe rate is 1C, which just means amps equal to the pack's capacity. A 5,000 milliamp hour pack charges at 5 amps at 1C. You can push 2 or 3C and finish quicker, but every extra amp is heat, and heat is exactly what ages a cell and bleeds off its capacity. Want a pack to last? Charge at half a C and relax. Now the part people miss. Charging a pack that is still hot off a hard run stacks heat on top of heat. Let it cool to room temperature first, then charge. A warm pack on a fast charge is how a strong battery turns puffy in a single season. And if you ever parallel charge, running several packs off one port using a parallel charging board to save time, only do it with packs at the same voltage and the same cell count. Connect a full pack to a near-empty one and the full one dumps a huge surge into the empty one in an instant, enough to light the whole chain off. Match them first, or charge them one at a time. Mistake 3 is the silent one, and almost nobody connects it to the failure. Charging cold. You pull a pack out of a freezing garage or a cold car, slap it on the charger, and it looks like it charges just fine. Underneath, it is not fine at all. Below freezing, the lithium does not tuck into the anode the way it is supposed to. It plates out as raw metal on the surface, and that plating is permanent. Worse, it grows tiny needles called dendrites that push through the separator. So the pack charges cold tonight, then puffs or shorts 3 days later, and you blame the battery. The fix is just patience. The safe charging window is about 0 to 45 degrees Celsius. If the pack is colder than about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, let it warm up to room temperature before it ever touches the charger. And to be clear, running a LiPo in the cold is fine. It just feels down on punch and sags a little sooner. It is charging cold that does the real damage. So drive in the cold if you want, just warm the pack before you charge it. Quick one while we are here. Tell me in the comments what charger you run and the biggest pack you charge, and I will give you the exact amps to set for a clean 1C. Now, the 2 mistakes that decide how long your packs actually live. Mistake 4, storing them wrong, and this is the slow wallet killer. A LiPo hates sitting full. Leave a pack at 4.2 volts for 6 months and you can lose around 20% of its capacity for good. Park that same pack at 3.8 volts instead and it loses under 5% in a whole year. Full is only safe for about a day. Dead is just as bad because an empty pack keeps self-discharging until a cell slips under 3.0 volts and into the danger zone. So the rule is simple. Anything you are not running in the next day or two goes to storage voltage, 3.8 volts a cell, around 40 to 50% charge. Any real charger has a storage mode that does it for you while you do something else. And while you are in there, watch the internal resistance number, the milliohms your charger shows you. When that number climbs over the months, the pack is telling you it is near the end. A rough rule, once a pack's internal resistance has about doubled from when it was new, its good days are behind it. Retire it on the number before it fails on the bench. Mind where packs live in between too, because heat ages them even in storage. A pack baking in a hot car or sitting in the sun on the bench is losing life every single day, so keep them somewhere cool and dry. The last one turns a tired pack into a dangerous one. Mistake 5, running it flat and then mishandling what is left. Driving until the truck is crawling drags a weak cell below 3.0 volts, and that cell never fully comes back. Set your ESC cutoff and stop when the power drops off. Do not chase the last 30 seconds of runtime. If you are running an X-Max, a Kraton 6S, or any high-power RC truck, that ESC cutoff setting is not optional. It is what stands between you and a damaged pack. Now the part that matters most. When a pack puffs, that swelling is gas from the electrolyte breaking down, not air. The separator inside is already stressed, so a puffed pack is one hard knock away from an internal short. It is done. Do not charge it, do not run it, do not poke it, and do not drop it in a saltwater bucket because that old trick is slow and can off-gas. For a healthy pack you are retiring, discharge it on the charger or a cheap resistive load, then take it to a recycler. Call to Recycle, Home Depot, and Best Buy all take them for free. For a damaged or puffed one, do not discharge it at all, just isolate it in something fireproof and bring it in. And give every pack a quick look after a hard crash. A big enough hit can bruise a cell on the inside with no mark on the outside, and that pack can puff or short hours later. If it took a real shot, set it aside in the open and keep an eye on it before you trust it again. Where you charge and store matters as much as how. A LiPo safe bag is perfect on the bench and in your field box while you are watching the pack. If you keep a stack of them at home, a metal ammo can is even better, but drill 2 vent holes near the top first. A sealed metal box in a fire does not contain it. It builds pressure and turns into a bomb. Vent it, and it does its job. A couple of buys make every bit of this easy. Get a real balance charger. The SkyRC IMAX B6 or the B6 Neo runs under $30, or step up to an ISDT for a cleaner screen, and you get storage mode and that internal resistance reading built in. Add a LiPo safe bag and a vented can if you store a lot. Then buy honest packs. Jen's Ace, said Jen's Ace, and its sibling Tatu are both made by Grepau, said Grepau, one of the biggest lithium polymer builders going, and SMC Racing is the racer's premium pick for competitive RC cars. Turnigy and Zippy are house brands from Hobby King, and CNHL China Hobby Line is another solid value option when the reviews back it up. A good pack with honest cells is the cheapest fire insurance you will ever buy. Know what to do if one ever does light off, because you cannot put it out like a normal fire. A LiPo makes its own oxygen as it burns, so smothering it does nothing. Get people and pets clear first. If you can do it safely, move whatever is around it so the fire cannot spread, and use plenty of water to cool the surface and the packs nearby, not to snuff the flame itself. Then let it burn out somewhere safe and call emergency services for anything more than a small flare. The pack is replaceable. You are not. It all comes down to one habit. Before you hit start, read the screen twice and manage the heat. Right cell count, LiPo, and not LIHV, 1C, never cold, never unattended. Store at 3.8 volts, retire the puffy ones, and recycle the dead. Do those, and LiPo is the safest fun in the RC hobby, not the scary part. Tell me your worst LiPo scare down in the comments, the puff, the smoke, the close call, so the next RC driver reads it and learns it the easy way. Because the guy whose garage made the local news did everything right for years. Then one night he told the Charger 4S, walked away from a 3S pack, and the rest took about 90 seconds.